What's going on, Niner fans? Niners get the win in Arizona. On the road, this was a big win. They didn't just win, they won. 7 wins on the season. That was a big-time win. That was a blowout. Let me tell you, let's talk about it, because Brock Purdy came back. 49ers are 7-4 in the season. They got a lot of good from this game. This was good. There's some bad. We'll talk about it. But the return of Brock Purdy, the 49ers took care of business, 41-22 on the road in the desert. That's right. Brock Purdy silenced the haters. He shut the critics up, man. We owned the Birds. We beat Seattle this year. We beat the Falcons. And we beat the Cardinals twice. We swept the Cardinals. We owned the Birds, man. We made Thanksgiving's going to be good because we already ate all the birds. Now we're going to eat Thanksgiving dinner in a few weeks. A great game. Christian McCaffrey, the guy was unbelievable. 121 yards, 3 touchdowns. He had the hat trick. George Kittle, he caught his 50th career touchdown. He joins Jerry Rice and Terrell Owens as the only Niners with 500 receptions and 50 touchdowns. That's a crazy stat, dude. George Kittle is so good. 500 receptions and 50 touchdowns in his career. He's a Hall of Famer. He's the 3rd player in franchise history to do it, joining Jerry Rice and Terrell Owens. Unbelievable, man. And then you got Christian McCaffrey, 600 rush yards and 600 receiving yards through the first 10 games of the season. This man has joined Marshall Faulk, Roger Craig, Tim Brown, and now Christian McCaffrey himself. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. This guy's just putting up numbers. And then you had the man, QB1. There was a lot of talk all week. Is Mac Jones the guy? Do you ride the hot hand? Do you ride the hot hand? Do you put Brock Purdy in? Oh my God, he was paid $53 million. He shut anybody up that doubted him. Myself included. I was like, I don't know. Is the toe going to be ready? Is the toe going to be ready? You might as well keep Mac. Brock Purdy came in and he dealt 200 pass yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. He was 19 of 26. He had a quarterback rating of 133.5. He had a very efficient game. He did throw a few plays that I was like, this not the Cardinals. That might have been a pick. Like they had cocoa butter on their gloves because they dropped a few picks. So he's still taking risks. That's Brock Purdy. But he played a very good game. The offense was humming. This was the most points they scored all season, 41 points. They brought back their quarterback, their franchise quarterback, and they scored the most points of their entire season. Go figure. Coincidence? I don't think so. Offense was humming. You had Ricky Pearsall. He didn't do much. He was a little rusty. But, hey, he was there. Just the presence of Ricky Pearsall opened it up. You had George Kittle and Christian McCaffrey, and that was what they were doing. And then you had one of the best kick returns I've seen this team have in years. This was the longest kick return in 14 years. Sky Moore gets a 96, 98-yard kick return to open the game. From the opening kickoff, the Niners were dealing. Sky Moore, man. I'm glad we signed him. This man has been a great kick returner. He was so close to breaking it. He says, I was tired. I was gassed out, whatever. It's a long kick return. He was so close to getting the touchdown. I wish they would have just let him punch it in. But, Christian McCaffrey, for fantasy purposes, got the touchdown according to Kittle. Now, the crazy thing is, a lot of people are like, why do we get Sky Moore? We got him for what, like a 7th pick or a 6-7 pick swap? Yeah, I did the 6-7. They gave him, I think they got like a round 6 to 7 pick swap. And he's become a very good return man for us. I remember a week ago or two, somebody in the comments was like, I feel like he's going to break one. I think Kittle said it. Like, I feel like he's going to break one. And he was so close. Guy's an electric return man. So that was nice. And the 49ers defense, now I know the Cardinals were banged up. They were missing their top 2 receivers. But they still, Michael Carter was cooking us. Jacoby Brissett, Terry McBride, they're still a good offense. They were still moving the ball pretty well. But the 49ers got an interception from Diamond Lenore, and they got an interception from Malik Mustafa, and then they get a goal line stop. Upton Stout with the forced fumble, and Keon White picks it up. Turnovers. That's what the Niners have been missing, and they got a turn. They got 3 turnovers. That was huge. Niners didn't turn the ball over. The Cardinals turned the ball over, and that was huge for the 49ers. When you win the turnover game, you're pretty much going to win the game. So that was huge. That was good, man. It's a good win. It was a good win. That just was such a good game. Ethan says that was the easiest touchdown they got all year. It really was. It really was, that Christian McCaffrey touchdown. It was set it up. Sky Moore set it up, and Christian McCaffrey jump out. What a drive by the 49ers. This is the way you do it. Now, there was some bad news. Let's talk about it. Tatum Bethune left the game. He was limping. He's going to get tests done. They're thinking it's a high ankle sprain. Oh, man, that's a couple weeks. But Nick Martin played. He played Sam linebacker. You're going to have D. Winters and Nick Martin if Tatum Bethune can't play. And then Eddie Pinheiro. This one was bad. Eddie Pinheiro, the kicker, who has not missed a field goal for the 49ers. He missed a PAT. That sucks. He's missed a few PATs, like 4 of them. And he's at a career 91% PATs, whatever. But he's not missed a field goal. He possibly pulled his hamstring, and he's going to undergo test. They're going to get some testing done, and we'll know tomorrow when Kyle Shanahan addresses the media. But yeah, Eddie Pinheiro possibly pulled his hamstring. That's fucking brutal, dude, because we need him. Next week, they got Monday Night Football against the Carolina Panthers, who are 6-4. The Panthers are looking pretty well. 6-5, 6-4, 6-5. They look pretty good. They look good. Did you see Bryce Young had a career game today? Like, Bryce Young played his. I mean, I'm proud of that guy. Remember when they drafted him? Everyone's like, "Oh my God, biggest bust in NFL history." It's really improved. He had one of the best games in Carolina history, and it's supposed to be an Eddie Pinheiro revenge game against the Panthers. But if he pulled his hamstring, kicker's not kicking. So we'll see what happens. We'll monitor that situation. Like, that's the only bad thing. The Niners win these games, and you can never be fully happy because we get a damn injury. And that's the Niners season. It's you win a game, but at what cost? So we'll see. Man, unfortunate. And Julius made a good point that the Arizona Cardinals, I think they set like their record. I think it was their franchise record. They had 17 penalties. The Cardinals, they played horrible today. They were undisciplined. Their coach was pissed off. Like, he was sick. Man. Tanish says, good evening, Raj. Is there a way for us to win the NFC West besides winning every game moving forward? I mean, it's pretty clear. We're 4-1 in the division. If we get the division wins and we start winning, because the Rams and the Seahawks played each other today. They got another game. Their schedule is not easy. I've been saying it. I said it the other day. I made a post. I said, do you think they could win it? A lot of people are like, I don't know. Niners had, I think coming into today, a 9% chance to win the NFC West. But listen, okay, now here's the thing. The Niners, they looked great today, right? The Niners are now 7-4. The Rams are 8-2, and the Seahawks are 7-3. So listen, Seattle, this is LA's remaining schedule. They have Seattle. They played today, so they won. They got Tampa Bay. They got Carolina. Those are tough teams. Carolina's not an easy game. They got Arizona. They could probably beat Arizona. They got Detroit, okay? And then they got Seattle again. So they still have to play Seattle again, and they play Arizona twice. So Niners could possibly have a better record than the LA. And again, it's not a guarantee to beat Tampa Bay. It's not a guarantee to beat Detroit. So the Rams, their schedule is a little tough coming into the next few games. Niners got an easier schedule. Maybe they pull away here. And we saw what the offense looked like today. If the offense looks like this the rest of the way, I don't know. And Seattle, okay, so they played LA today. They lost. They got Tennessee. That should be a win. Minnesota, J.J. McCarthy, he's struggling. That's probably a dub. You got Justin Jefferson pissed. You got Atlanta. It could be a dub. But then they got Indianapolis. That's a tough game. And then they got LA again. They got to play the Rams again. And then Carolina, not an easy game. And then San Francisco. And Carolina's trying to win that division. That's a tough game. And then San Francisco. So Seattle, tough schedule, I'm saying. And then so the Niners, we had Arizona today. We won. Play Carolina next week. Tough game. Not an easy one. You got Cleveland. Defense is tough. Myles Garrett out there, 4 sacks today? Not an easy game. You got Tennessee. That's a dub. Indianapolis, the Colts, tough game. Chicago, tough game. Seattle, tough game. So I'm not going to say that it's over for the Niners to win the NFC West. I still think they can. Those other two teams have tough games, and if they lose some games, Niners they're still close. They got a 4-1 record in the NFC West. They got one more game against Seattle. If they go 5-1 in this division, maybe. It's been a crazy season. Ethan says from no injuries last week to stacks of them, of course, on a win. Two good things cannot happen in a row with it. Like, that's the thing. You lose a game last week, but you didn't have any injuries. Now this week you won, then you got injuries. It's like that's how it is every week. We lose, we win. We lose, we win. We lose, we win. That's been a wild season. And the fact that the Niners are 7-4, they're 7-4. No Nick Bosa, no Fred Warner. What? This team is crazy. This team is crazy. I don't get it. But hey, I'm happy, man. Good win. Yeah, no problem. No problem. That's the breakdown. Y'all deserve it. It's still, we still got a chance to win the NFC West. It's very small, but we got a shot. And the fact that we started off so hot, we were 3-0 in the division until last week. That's huge. And we beat the Rams or beat the Arizona Cardinals twice, split with the Rams. If we could sweep the Seattle Seahawks, that last game of the season, I thought it was going to be a throwaway game. I thought it was going to be a burger, a nothing game. We're wearing our rivalry jerseys for nothing. That rivalry game now might be the biggest game of the season. If it plays out right, if the Rams lose a few games, Seattle loses a few games, that might end up being for the division. That's all I'm going to say. I'm throwing it out there. But, yeah, how do you guys feel Brock Purdy played? I thought he played well. I give him a B. I mean, he made, like I said, he made a few passes. I was like, Brock, what are you doing? And, if Carolina didn't have cocoa butter on their hands and butter and oil, time out there since week 4 has been a long time. I don't even remember last time. It was Jaguars, and he didn't look too good against the Jaguars. You could tell he wasn't 100% that game, but he looked a lot better. His mobility was good. He was throwing he looked comfortable. He said he felt good. He said his toe felt great. I believe the guy. He told Kyle, it's enough is enough. Let's go play. He looked good. I give him a B. I mean, again, some of those passes a little risky, but that's Brock Purdy. He's gonna be a risk taker. He's like Brett Favre. He's the old gunslinger. He's gonna take those risks. But the offense was clicking. They scored 41 points. They haven't scored 41 at all this season. So it's good. But I got it. I don't want to hear any bad word on Mac Jones. This man held it down for the Niners. Without Mac Jones, they're not 6-4 coming into this game. So if Brock does get hurt again, or if he has a setback or whatever the case is, moving forward, we know we can put in Mac Jones and win games. We know it now. Fantastic backup quarterback. And it's a luxury that the 49ers have two quarterbacks that can win games. You remember a couple years ago, Niners NFC Championship game against, of course, the Philadelphia Eagles. UCL tear. Brock Purdy's cooked. We had to go to Josh Johnson. He gets hurt. We were sitting there with no quarterback. We had no quarterback. We had Kyle Juszczyk as our emergency quarterback. Like, if we would have had Mac Jones, a quarterback like Mac Jones, a good backup, you win the game. And that's why it's important to have two good quarterbacks. And that, a lot of people are hating on Mac. A lot of people are hating on Brock. I was like, look, it's good to have two good quarterbacks. And the Niners have proved that this year. And especially with this year of injuries. Everybody's getting hurt in this league. Not just the Niners. Aaron Rodgers broke his hand or broke his wrist today. Justin Herbert. Bro looked like trash, and then he got hurt. They had to put Trey Lance in there. Like, quarterbacks are getting hurt. Players are getting hurt. The Niners have a luxury. Jordan Love got hurt today. Shoulder? Just saying, the Niners have a good luxury right now, having a good backup quarterback. Mac Jones is fantastic. I'm so happy. That's why I made the post the other day of thank you, Mac Jones. You held it down. And I'm so proud of that guy. So Papa J says Brock Purdy played extremely well considering he's only played 3 games since January. 100%. Absolutely, Papa J. The fact that he hasn't played much this season, and when he did play the last time, he had the toe injury, and he tried to play through it. He looked good today. Give him his respect, for sure. For sure. My man, 49ers Media says, I'm stretching my legs right now, and I'm going to go practice kicking so I'm ready for Monday. Per a source, we might get 49ers Media to play kicker for the 49ers. Now, if he misses a kick, I need every single one of you guys to just go off on him, and you're going to get mad at him. So I don't know if you want that. I don't know if you want that, Media. The 49ers lose or because of your kicks, You're going to be a wanted man. You're going to be a wanted man. You can't do worse than Moody. That might be true. Might be true. I'm really so stressed out about Eddie Pinheiro. That was the only bad thing about this game, is we lost Eddie Pinheiro and Tatum Bethune possibly for a few weeks. We'll see. Cosmo says there was a couple of passes that were close or should have been picked. Yeah, we said that. That was the biggest issue, is he was taking a little risks, and he could have had a couple picks. But overall, I mean, I feel like the offense was humming along. Christian McCaffrey, man, and George Kittle just moving. They were moving the chain. So you can't complain about this game. Like, there's gonna be people out there that nitpick it, and they're gonna sit there and say da 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 da. The Niners scored the most points of the game. Now, is it Brock Purdy or was it something else? I mean, they had good field position throughout the game, but Brock Purdy was moving the ball very well. I feel like the offense was cooking, and George Kittle said that he feels that Brock Purdy is elite. He has elite presence in the huddle. They trust this guy, and Christian McCaffrey after the game says, it's vintage Brock. We just know he's going to be on. These guys love Brock Purdy. Like, that's the thing. They liked Mac. I'm sure they really respected Mac. But your starter, you get the respect. They couldn't wait for him to come back. That's the vibe I get. But hey, it is what it is. Milwaukee Niners says start Nick Martin. They probably will have to. He played a lot of Sam linebacker today. He got the most snaps of his career. He played pretty well. He has some pretty nice tackles today. And I think Nick Martin next week will probably have to start if Tatum Bethune misses time. But again, we'll get the updates. Tanisha says Brock delivered the ball to his players overall to make plays. I think he did a good job of getting the ball to where they needed to be. He had a couple of nice passes to Juwan Jennings. The only guy that really wasn't involved too much in the offense was Ricky Pearsall. I feel like he was just trying to get himself back in, trying to knock the rust off. I don't think he was going too hard because I definitely don't think he wanted to get hurt. I think once Ricky Pearsall gets another game under his belt, he'll be back to his, his ways, because he was really good before he got hurt. But I think he was playing tentative, which is okay because he still had a lot of other players that were, doing well. And again, you can't complain. They scored their most points of the season. And again, I feel like the defense, they weren't great, but they were good enough, and they made the plays they needed to make. And again, getting the interceptions were huge. Getting the forced fumble, like turnovers were big. I know they gave up points, and they got to clean that. They got to get tighter. But they got some interceptions, and that was huge. De'Amon Lenore played through a calf injury this week. Like, he was not practicing. He had a calf injury, and he played really good. So I got to give De'Amon Lenore his flowers. He was questionable coming in. He looked good, and he got the interception. Malik Mustafa, a lot of people are shitting on this guy. The safety. People have been shitting on the safeties. I've been one of them. I'm saying, look, these safeties got to step up, do better. And Malik Mustafa got the interception. Now, Cardinals did torch us in the air. I mean, Jacoby Brissett and Michael Carter looked good, but overall, the Niners made the big defensive plays when they needed to. So we'll see. Robert Beal, he got hurt in this game. I think he got a concussion. Bro, this is what really irritated me before the game. Now, I know we won. There's not much to complain about, but listen, before the game, they had Clelin Ferrell inactive. Like, he got promoted to the active roster yesterday. So I'm like, okay, Clelin Ferrell, he's going to be. He was inactive today. Now, I don't know if there was an injury or what. Kyle didn't say nothing, but Clelin Ferrell not being active, so you could put Robert Beal in it because he has special teams talent. That's what it was. I think Matt Barrow said that they got Robert Beal in there because he's a better specialty. I don't care what Robert Beal does in specialty. He's not going to do anything. And then he got concussed. You really wasted putting Clelin Ferrell on an inactive list because you thought he was going to be less impactful because Robert Beal could play special teams, and then he gets a concussion. Next week, Clelin Ferrell better be active. He's better than Robert Beal. Oh my God. They've waved that man off this team so many times. What are you doing? That's my only gripe I had about this game. Otherwise, it was a good game. So, Nick Martin definitely getting some playing time because of I don't know what, but it was nice to see him finally get some playing time, man. Played Sam linebacker. It was nice. Should we make some calls? Yo, Eddie P, ice up. Ice that hammy. I need you to stretch it up. I hope you're okay. Let me know those MRI results tomorrow before anybody else knows. Man, we need you. We need you, baby. Revenge game against Carolina. Get that hamstring. Let me go get Mr. Miyagi. I'm gonna get him. He's gonna. He'll get your hammy right. All right, man. Take care. Get some rest. Stretch that out, man. I know those airplanes is cramped up, but I'm gonna tell Kyle and John to give you the extra large seat and no seat in front of you, so you can stretch your legs out. I need you to have a lot of leg room tonight on that flight back. All right, man. Take care. Take care, Eddie P. We need you, man. Eddie Pinheiro. I hope he's okay. I hope they stretch the hell out of that man's hamstrings because we need him back. Need him back, man. Need him back. So, again, you can't really talk enough about Christian McCaffrey. This guy needs to be Offensive Player of the Year, bro, or at least Comeback Player of the Year. If he's not Comeback Player of the Year, the league is cooked. If he's, I can see him not winning Offensive Player of the Year because Jonathan Taylor is going crazy this year. Jonathan Taylor's having a remarkable season. So if he wins Offensive Player of the Year, 100% respect. JT's been cooking, and the Colts, they're great, and he's really the leader of that team. He's an MVP candidate, really. But if Christian McCaffrey doesn't win Comeback Player of the Year, if he doesn't win Comeback Player of the Year, oh my God, I'm going to be so mad. Who else is Comeback Player of the Year? I know Danny Dimes is going to be a candidate, but what did he come back from? From being from sucking. Like that's sometimes these awards for like Comeback Player of the Year, they give it to a player that was just bad. You know what I mean? So let's see. Papa J says Stout has proved me wrong. I didn't like us drafting him. He's doing a great job. Yeah, you know, Upton Stout, he's had a roller coaster season. Like it's been up and down. There's been some bad moments, some really good moments, but he's had more good moments than bad. And today was a good game, man. That forced fumble, like, he makes big plays. Upton Stout's a playmaker. Now, a few weeks ago, I was saying get Chase Lucas in there over him, but Upton Stout, as a young player, they're keeping him in, and he's learning, and he's developing, and, you know, he's battle-tested. I like him. He fights. You know, he makes big mistakes, but then he fights back, and then he makes a big play. So I like Upton Stout. I think he's been the best rookie of the entire rookie class this season for the 49ers. I think so. So, yeah, he does have those Jimmy Ward vibes. He's been up and down, but I think when he's up, man, he's so good. He's a good player. He's scrappy. Does get those Jimmy Ward vibes. You're right. He's kind of like, when he finally kind of comes to his own and the game slows down for him, that's going to be a really good player, man. He's going to be a good player for us. But as a rookie, you got to remember, I forget sometimes some of these guys are just so young. They're rookies. You know, we got a very young team. You know, they're not all George Kittles. But speaking of George Kittle, what a career, man. 500 receptions, 50 touchdowns. That guy's a dog, man. That guy's unbelievable. 2 touchdowns. This guy, listen, you want to know George Kittle's stats? Listen to this, dude. George Kittle. Listen to this. George Kittle, man. Pull up this stat. Let me pull up. In his last 3 games, 19 targets, 19 catches, 183 yards and 3 touchdowns. 19 targets and 19 catches. Listen, George Kittle has now caught his last 23 targets in a row. He's got 27 of his 29 targets this season. 93.1%. He's caught 23 straight catches in a row. Fucking dog. Throw him the ball more. He's so good, man. I'm literally gonna cry tears when George Kittle retires. So he's a dog, man. I'm gonna cry so much tears when George Kittle retires. He's such a good player, man. Holy shit, he's good. Who else did we talk about? We talked about Christian McCaffrey. Talked about Brock Purdy. Talked about George Kittle. Yeah, it was good. Good season or a good win. It's been a crazy season, but we're 7-4. I can't believe we're 7-4, man. Thoughts on Brissett setting the completion record? That was 47 completions, bro. It's because we don't have enough pass rush, and teams are just going to throw on us. Like, that's the thing. I feel like the secondary, they made the plays they had to make. They're going to get interceptions when you have that many opportunities. We threw 52 times or something, 53, 47 completions. You're bound to throw a few picks when you throw that much high volume. But And Niners need a pass rush, man. Like, that's what's really worried to me. Jacoby Brissett was doing whatever he wanted. He didn't have any pressure. Didn't have any pressure. So it does concern me when, again, this is a good win for the 49ers, but they played the Arizona Cardinals. And the Arizona Cardinals, they're going through a lot of mess. The coach might be he might be fired this season. Jonathan Gannon might be fired. They were pissed off. They were flustered. The Niners had to make them use a silent count on it's crazy, man. The Niner fans are unbelievable, taking over stadiums. But I had them flustered. But not only that, but this is the Cardinals. They're not a good team. So, of course, we had to dog walk them. Like, if the Niners didn't come out and crush them, I'd be a little concerned. Moving forward against big teams like the Rams, Seahawks, if we play them in the playoffs, the Lions, the Eagles, I don't know if we're going to be able to survive those games because this defense is letting quarterbacks carve them like that. That was 47 completions is actually crazy. Jacoby Brissett, he got his numbers. He got his thing. But I will say some of those stats were in garbage time in the fourth quarter. Like, it was a little, a little bit of garbage time stats. That's always the case. But still, he was thrown all day. He didn't have any pressure. Niners defensive line is the Niners defensive line is going to be their downfall. Unfortunately, I think. I wish we had Fred Warner. I wish we had Nick Bosa. With this offense, would have been nice. It would have been nice. Yeah, we would have been. I would have been. Ethan says I would have been upset if we had 47 completions with no picks, but we still need better pressure. 100%. Thoughts on the Green penalty? I mean, yeah, it is valid retaliation, but you got to keep your head on this. You got to. At that moment, it is what it is, man. I know McBride was getting in his face. They were chirping. They were being competitive, but in a game like that, you never, in a playoff game, you do something like that, and the game's, if it's like a 3-point game, I don't care if the guys are, you just got to keep it cool, man. You never know what the refs are going to call. The refs should have called offsetting penalties, but they're not all the time. You don't know what they're going to do, so you just got to keep it cool, man. Ronaldo's a young player. I feel like he's played really good over the last couple of weeks. But you got to keep your head. You got to calm yourself down, man. Find a way to cool yourself. Shanahan was pissed, man, and so was Salah, and I don't blame him. That was a dumb penalty. That was a silly. You just got to keep your head cool, man. But yeah, it should have been offsetting. But again, the refs sometimes aren't going to give you the calls you need. You can't rely on it. So definitely has to just cool his jets next time. And then, McBride gets a penalty 1 play later as a makeup call because they didn't offset penalty. That's all that was. 1 play later was an excessive celebration penalty. It was a makeup penalty. That's what it was. So. Papa says Sky's getting better at returning. He's really looking good. I like that guy. We talked about him. Tell Mac Jones to share his bananas with De Niro. When's Gross Matos coming back? I don't know, man. If he comes back, I'm not gonna really count on him doing much. That guy can't stay healthy. I don't know. I don't know about Gross Matos. We'll see. I'm excited to hear what Kyle Shanahan has to say tomorrow. Lynch should have made a trade. I know. I agree. I said it. He should have got a trade because his defensive line, man. Defensive line is downright horrendous right now. I agree. I agree with you, man. But yeah, anyways, the Niners finally blow a team out. It's the first time we won comfortably. I'm shook. So Niners get the dub. We got Victory Monday on tap tomorrow. We'll see what the injury report says. But enjoy the win. Go to bed happy. And then we'll see what happens tomorrow. I'm sure we're going to get some bad injury news. We always do. Y'all have a good one. Take care. Go Niners. We got the dub 7-4. We're 4-1 in the division, man. Can't believe it. I can't believe it. This is a wild season. You guys have a good night. Peace. Crazy.